Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Austin for episode of my Utopian community series. Let's load up this world. Yes, this is true. Creepers were born from a coding bug. I should reduce the sensitivity of the controller. Good. A little better, but I have to do it a little more. Much better. I have to reduce the sensitivity even more. Much better. Now, we're gonna finish off planting. We're gonna try to finish off. If I don't finish today, I'm gonna finish the next episode of the Utopian Community series. Some of those plants are ready for harvest. By the way, some of those plants are ready for harvest. And the wheat's almost all of it's ready for harvest. By the way, gotta finish up. Let's go towards building more houses, so those plants wouldn't die off and rot. No one would like that. See, that plant's ready to harvest right there. That plant's ready. Some of those plants are so the beetroots I've planted are almost ready to harvest. By the way. And I just keep planting and planting and planting. I'm doing this slow and steady so you could see. So I don't skip any lines. Because remember the tortoise and the hare? The hare and the tortoise? The rabbit ended up taking a break on the way, while he was almost to the finish line, and the tortoise eventually won. Gotta remember, if you go slow and steady, you're gonna win the race. This is true. If you go too fast, you're gonna end up making a lot of mistakes. Which is not good. Try to keep the mistakes to a minimum when planting. crops like this. Always keep the mistakes to a minimum. For perfection. Just like if you want a 100 on your test, make sure you don't make any mistakes. Excuse me. Those mistakes are not good. We don't want those mistakes. And if you fix those mistakes along the way. If you're starting to grow a farm, see, that chicken's begging. Want more? Want more, chicken? Chicken? Want more? Back to farming. See, that plant's already for harvest. That plant's ready for harvest. Just keep doing this. Much better. Back to planning. Look at the progress I'm making. Just go back to planting. And there are some things you need to know about the Galaxy Note 9. The screen is actually a bit bigger now. Slightly bigger. Like 6.4 inches. Its pen is actually Bluetooth enabled, by the way. If you're wondering about the Galaxy Note 9. It's probably going to run Android Pie as soon as it comes out for Samsung devices. As soon as it comes out, they're going to get the update like the Note 8 and possibly the Note 7. With the Android Oreo, it was announced during the on the date of the total solar eclipse. The area I lived in was in the path of totality. If you're going to see this eclipsing sun without glasses, only do it for a short period of time. Because do it for too long and you're going to end up going blind. You wouldn't want that. That wouldn't be good. People value their vision. That's important. It's pretty important. Because if you're blind, legally, you can't... if you're legally blind, you can't drive a car. Just like my mom's friend, who is legally blind, who has his wife take him to work. Turn off Cortana, back to the game. That's Norton Performance Alert, by the way. Back to the game. Just keep planting and planting and planting. Soon you're gonna have a lot of crops growing. Eventually. They start off small, but eventually they'll be ready for harvest. Nintendo. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. I was just counting. If I start doing this more... the more columns I can do, the faster I can do more rows. It's a quadratic formula, basically. Like, you'll see that in algebra. Except it's in reverse. Just like how Windows 10 brought back the start menu that everybody admires. That everybody likes. That everybody basically everybody likes. But Mac users, there are people that are diehard Mac users too. There are people that like Windows as well. Just trying to turn on my phone, that's all. Because I heard a message. Back to this. Now as it keeps growing and it keeps shrinking and the unplanted area of the land keeps shrinking and shrinking. It'll shrink faster and faster. Over time. Over time. You know, in the community, I hate to break this to you, since bodily fluids, yes, I'm talking about all sorts of gross shit. Like, your body produces, especially blood, it tends to get, blood is pretty expensive on the black market. Same with sperm. I'm not trying to offend any of y'all. But we could use that for bartering. Along with other stuff like, you know, sand, salt. I know this sounds pretty gross. And I'm not trying to offend any of y'all. And also, illegal drugs can be used for bartering too. Because in World War Z, people were raiding pharmacies for drugs. Just to keep themselves or their kids alive. Just to keep their kids alive. And themselves alive too. Like an inhaler for a girl with asthma in that film. Spoiler alert. This was a spoiler alert. In Israel, there is a scene that took place in Israel. Segan is the bald-headed female soldier. Short-haired female soldier. Some female soldiers cut their hair short. Because it's easier to maintain. Problem with hair policies in the military is it violates freedom of religion. They need to recognize the right to freedom. They need to recognize the freedom of religious belief around the world. We should all recognize the freedom of religious belief. We should all recognize it. Not just the people in the Middle East, but everybody. Meaning you can be any religion you want to be. Because in the month of Ramadan, the Muslims who celebrate Ramadan, they fast during the day and eat at night. Sometimes they would eat one large meal before they go to bed. They have nothing left to do but digest. It's a reference to Metalocalypse. With the death clock diet, to where they have to reduce what they called carbohydrates, which are actually carbohydrates. That's actually pretty funny. And death clock, the bleeping is replaced by guitar sounds. Which makes it kind of funny when they swear. Which makes it funny when they curse out. Like BS or the F-bomb. I'm doing this so the chicken would stop distracting me while I do this. Back to farming. Minecraft was developed by Notch and Jeb. Notch is one of the richest people in the world as a result of Minecraft. Let's talk about other video games too. Did you know that King Dice from Cuphead is actually voiced by a woman? Let's hope this goes all over Twitter. Because, you know, some male characters even adult male characters are sometimes voiced by women. 2. Example of male characters voiced by women. Bart Simpson is a really good example. He is voiced by none other than Nancy Cartwright. Chucky Finster is also from All Grown Up is also voiced by Nancy Cartwright. As Disney owns Fox, it's possible that Bart Simpson would be a Disney prince, while Lisa Simpson would become a Disney princess. Yeah. There was this parody of Minecraft and the Annoying Orange, where Orange was talking to Steve. Yes, he is the main character of Minecraft. And he built a house. He didn't know the door was open, then creepers started eating him alive, but the truth is, they don't eat the character alive. They just explode next to the character. They go boom boom. Everywhere. They're like suicide bombers. Because, you know, there are suicide bombers in other video games too, like Serious Sam. 3. There was a stunt where Danger Aaron from Jackass #2, where Danger Aaron dressed up as a terrorist. Suicide bomber. It was done as a prank against a guy named Ray Chandrasekhar. Yes, that's his name. It was done as a prank. It was entirely a prank. The bombs were fake. I know this might offend some of y'all, but I'm not trying to offend any of you. Let's talk about other shows too. The reason Disney is ditching Netflix is they have their own streaming service now, which is why. Who needs Netflix to watch the Clone Wars if you have Disney for that? Because, you know, Captain Rex was not only in the Clone Wars, but also Rebels too. Look at Star Wars Rebels too. They're bringing back the Clone Wars. But not on Netflix. They're doing it on Disney's streaming service. Star Wars The Clone Wars was on Cartoon Network at first, but then it went on to Netflix. Then it's coming back on Disney's streaming service. There was also a Clone Wars TV show that was released back between episode 2 and episode 3 of Star Wars. Look at the progress of the farm. It's almost done. Remember, if I do more roads, I can do more columns. Do columns more quickly. The more columns I could, the more columns I do, the much more fast. The faster I can do more rows. This is true. Now after I finish building up more rows and columns, I'd start building another house. As a result. All finished. Oops. Oops. What the hell? Let's edit the controls. Much better. What the hell? Much better. Like, oops. Oops. My mistake. Back to PC controls, then. Back to... Good. There are some missed spots I'm fixing right now. I know this is... Now let's start building the footprint to the next house. Good. The houses would be equally spaced. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Twelve. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops. Much better. Because it needs... The grass block needs to be green. Oops. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's add more path to it. I know this is gonna be a little long. Which some of you are prone to seizures, by the way. Plus, you can actually finish the video later on, if you have to. Because YouTube can actually remember where you left off on your video. That is actually quite good. Actually. Which is actually pretty good. Much better. And I'll finish building the house. I'll start already created the footprint for where I'm gonna build the house. Which is very important. 5 acres can house... 5 acres of farmland can feed 30 people. For 5, 6... This concludes our video. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this video. Dislike if you dislike it. Subs if you loved it. Bell icon to be notified for more videos. Share this with your friends to help my channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace out.